Hello everyone. Today my name is Chaya and today I'm going to present a part of my PhD where I use the data from OBIS to explore the latitudinal gradient in marine species diversity at a global scale, and also I looked at the different variables that may be affecting the gradient and the impact of ocean warming on latitudinal gradient in species richness. When we plot the species richness against latitude, three different types of gradients are possible. One is unimodal, where the species richness peaks at the equator. The other is symmetric bimodal, where there is a dip in the species richness at the equator and peaks on the either side of equator. And asymmetric bimodal, where one of the peaks is higher than the other one. We reviewed almost like 18 the data from 18 published studies and also from OBIS in 2009 to see if the gradient is if all the taxonomic groups are following the same gradient. So on the top we have latitude from north to south, and the gray color represents the dip and black color represents the peaks, and we can see that almost all these taxonomic groups have dipped at the equator and have got peaks in the subtropics. On comparing the average number of species in 5-degree latitudinal band with the average number of records, we can see that the peaks are coinciding in the northern hemisphere, which may suggest that higher sampling in the northern hemisphere is affecting the species richness gradient here. Further, in 2015, I worked with 12.6 million records for 51,000 species, and they were classified as pelagic and benthic. And we looked into like different diversity indices and compared the pattern, and we can see that the average number of species showed asymmetric bimodality, whereas total number of species and estimated number of species in 50 samples using Hilbert index showed symmetric bimodality. Also on changing the scale at a final resolution of 50,000 kilometer square hexagons, we still found that there is a dip at the equator, suggesting that the bimodality is a very global pattern existing in all the spatial scales. This is the geographic representation of the estimated number of species in 50 samples. Further, we decided to look into the pattern if the bimodality is common in all the groups of taxa, even if they are in pelagic and even if they are benthic, and we can see that in almost all these groups of pelagic and benthic taxa, the pattern was still bimodal, and this was also this was done using generalized additive modeling, where we have offsetted the pattern by the number of samples. And also we looked into different predictors, and we found that SST was the main predictor that was explaining the highest variation in the species richness. On comparing the SST gradient in marine species richness, we found that almost all the taxa have the species richness have leveled off in almost all the taxa after 20 to 25 degrees centigrade. And this was the temperature that exists all over in the tropics. The curiosity was to identify if the increasing temperature in the tropics over time has been causing the dip at in the richness at the equator. So we first looked at the time series of sea surface temperature, and as we can see that the SST anomaly has increased consistently after 1970, and here is the and this has been the rate in the increase of sea surface temperature is very different in all the different temperature zones, and we can see that the warming has been highest in the northern hemisphere as compared to the southern hemisphere. And then we compare the species richness in 3 different time zones in both pelagic and benthic species. The blue color represents the last previous time zone from 1955 to 1974, and we can see that it was not that bimodal in 1955 to 1974, but over time the species richness has increased in the subtropics, and there is a very significant dip at the equator, whereas in the pelagic species there is a very significant shift in the peak of the species richness at the northern hemisphere towards north. So yeah, so we can say that the takeaway message is that there has been an equatorial dip in marine species, which is not due to sampling bias. However, and this dip is also very common in all the pelagic and benthic taxa. And this is also correlated with the sea surface temperature, and the greater shift in the pelagic species shows that they respond, than benthic species, so shows that they respond more quickly to climate warming. And the deepening of the dip with global warming is also predicted in the previous literature, and, and the study suggests that the equator is already too hot for some species to survive, and indicate that further low latitude declines in species are likely with continued warming. Thank you.